Alright, now the next thing that we need for our gumbo is a good pot of rice. Now, growing up in Texas where I did and having my grandparents and stuff from Louisiana, rice is ate at almost every single meal. Now, my grandmother might shoot me because I am using basmati rice instead of traditional long grain. The reason I use the basmati is because to me it cooks quicker, and that's really what it boils down to. It boils because you have to boil rice. But anyway, yeah, and with the basmati you do have to rinse it. Most long grain rice grown here in the United States is pre-washed and you don't have to rinse it, but basmati you rinse. I rinse until my water runs clean. And if you see, I'm gently running the rice grains through my fingers. I think it's also a Japanese thing that they wash the rice because they believe that it has something to do, don't quote me on this, but I think I heard like spirits of their ancestors, and this is to keep away bad thoughts or stuff. You know, we're gonna have to look that up and we'll see. We're getting there. Our water's not quite as white as it was. And this is going to be, it's a big pot of rice here. I don't normally cook quite this much, but you saw that huge pot of gumbo over there, so we're going to need our rice. It's enough to feed an army, probably. Alright. Take one more. I'll get it. Push some of that out. All right, now I don't measure my rice. Now, growing up as a kid, and I was pretty little because I was only 10 when my grandma passed away, but she always did kind of what she calls the 2 finger above the rice measuring. And we're going to try that and we'll see. And I'm going to tell you that 99.99999% of the time I have good fluffy rice. Whether it is basmati or long grain, it does not matter. My rice always turns out good using this method. Alright, now I have the rice. I say alright a lot. Y'all have to forgive me on that. I think that's just how I was raised. I'm not really sure. And most people don't keep salt in a bag, but for some strange reason I have salt in a zippy bag. And we are going to salt our rice. And I have it on high. But you got to be careful if you start off on high, because your rice can brown. Had to get my spoon. Can brown and stick to the bottom and burn before your rice is done. But we will keep an eye on it. I'm going to go ahead and stir. It'll mix in on its own. But stir that salt in. We're going to let this boil. And when it boils, the trick is you've got to let the water boil almost completely out. You're going to put it in the lowest possible setting that your stove will go. Then you put the lid on and let it finish cooking. It does not take 25-30 minutes like they always say on TV. I can guarantee your rice will be done a lot quicker this way. Okay, as you can see, the rice is boiling, but I still have these little, if you look, there's still quite a bit of water actually in there. It's almost to the point. I'll talk to you while it's doing. You're gonna hear it. It also makes a different noise change. And I've already turned it down just literally when I turn the camera back on to start. That is chicken on my hand. Just ignore that. I'm over there deboning a chicken. Okay, it just did it. That's the change. We're gonna turn this just as low as a setting as you can get. You don't want to drop the lid on the floor. Lid on. Now you don't touch the rice. You're going to keep the lid on for about maybe 10 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and set a timer. I don't normally set a timer with my rice. It's just a natural instinct thing that I have for when it's done. But it's only been boiling for about 5 minutes, so I say I can cook the basmati in about 15. Same exact process for long grain. All right, I've got the rice turned off. Now I'm just going to remove the lid so y'all can see. Look at that. Fluffy rice. And look at that, it's not even sticking to itself. And, well, that's not the spoon I need to try with. There, let me grab another spoon. And not crunchy, nothing. It is perfect. That is how you cook a good pot of rice.